Hello, boys and girls. Today's reading lesson is called 1.14 Key Events and Summarize. To get started, please make a copy of the attachment. Okay, here's our document. Now, as you watch the video, feel free to fill in the document with me. So we're going to begin by reading the directions. It says, after reading pages 24 and 25 of Stanley's release, annotate the key events and write a summary using these steps. Somebody wanted, but so then. So first we're going to find the key events, the important things that happen, and we're going to use those to write a summary. So go ahead and get your floppy book, your government in action book out, and we're going to be going to this page that has Stanley's release on it. And I believe that starts on 22, and this is 23. Now, the instructions said that we're actually going to summarize 24 and 25. So we're just going to go back and read 23 to start it, and then we'll go ahead and take notes and summarize. Okay, so let's read 23, and then we'll start taking notes on page 24. They slowly walked back to camp. The tall man was the Texas Attorney General, the chief law enforcement officer for the state. Stanley's lawyer was named Miss Marengo. Stanley held the suitcase. He was so tired he couldn't think straight. He felt as if he was walking in a dream, not quite able to comprehend what was going on around him. They stopped in front of the camp office. Mr. Sir went inside to get Stanley's belongings. The Attorney General told Mr. Pendanski to get the boys something to drink and eat. The warden seemed as dazed as Stanley. You can't even read, she said to Zero. Zero said nothing. Miss Marengo put a hand on Stanley's shoulder and told him to hang in there. He would be seeing his parents soon. She was shorter than Stanley, but somehow gave the appearance of being tall. Mr. Pendanski returned with 2 cartons of orange juice and 2 bagels. Stanley drank the juice, but didn't feel like eating anything. Wait, the warden exclaimed. I didn't say they stole the suitcase. It's his suitcase, obviously, but he put things from my cabin inside it. That isn't what you said earlier, said Miss Marengo. All right, turn to page 24. So as I read now, we're going to be taking notes right here about the main things that are happening. What's in the suitcase? The warden asked Stanley. Tell us what's in it, then we'll open it and see. Stanley didn't know what to do. Stanley, as your lawyer, I advise you not to open the suitcase, said Miss Marengo. He has to open it, said the warden. I have the right to check the personal property of any of the detainees. How do I know there aren't drugs or weapons in there? He stole a car, too. I've got witnesses. She was nearly hysterical. Okay, let's pause there and write down what's happening. So the warden wants Stanley to open the suitcase. Was what was happening right here. And then right here, the lawyer's telling him not to open it. Lawyer says not to open it. So far that's what's going on. Don't forget you can pause the video, write down what you need, and then resume the video. Paragraph 15. He is no longer under your jurisdiction, said Stanley's lawyer. He has not been officially released, said the warden. Open the suitcase, Stanley. Do not open it, said Stanley's lawyer. Stanley did nothing. Mr. Sir returned from the office with Stanley's backpack and clothes. The Attorney General handed Miss Marengo a sheet of paper. You're free to go, he said to Stanley. I know you're anxious to get out of here, so you can just keep the orange suit as a souvenir, or burn it, whatever you want. Good luck, Stanley. Okay, let's pause there and write some more notes. So he didn't open it, and then the Attorney General said he could go home. Attorney General said Stanley could leave. Okay, let's keep reading and find more key events. On page 25, he reached out his hand to shake, but Miss Marengo hurried Stanley away. Come on, Stanley, she said. We have a lot to talk about. Stanley stopped and turned to look at Zero. He couldn't just leave him there. Zero gave him a thumbs up. I can't leave Hector, Stanley said. I suggest we go. said his lawyer with a sense of urgency in her voice. I'll be okay, said Zero. His eyes shifted toward Mr. Pendanski on one side of him, then to the warden and Mr. Sir on the other. There's nothing I can do for your friend, said Miss Marengo. You are released pursuant to an order from the judge. They'll kill him, said Stanley. Okay, let's pause and write down what's happening. Stanley wants to take Hector with him. Lawyer says Hector can't come. All right, let's keep reading. Your friend is not in danger, said the Attorney General. There's going to be an investigation into everything that's happened here. For the present, I am taking charge of this camp. Come on, Stanley, said his lawyer. Your parents are waiting. Stanley stayed where he was. His lawyer sighed. May I have a look at Hector's file? She asked. Certainly, said the Attorney General. Miss Walker, go get Hector's file. Okay, so Stanley wanted to take Hector with him. The lawyer said Hector couldn't come. Stanley refused to leave without Hector. Lawyer asked for Hector's file. Okay, so that's where page 25 stops. It's not the end of the text. The text actually keeps going, but that's all the directions wanted us to read, just 24 and 25. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes about the key events that were happening in the text. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those and we're going to write them in a shorter summary using these steps. Somebody wanted, but so then. So first we need to find out who is the somebody in here and what did they want. So we have the warden wanted to open the suitcase. We have Stanley wants to take Hector with him. So you can do either one of those. You can do the warden wanted to open the suitcase, or Stanley wants to take Hector with him. I'm gonna do both, and then you can choose which one you like. So somebody wanted, the warden wanted Stanley to open the suitcase. The next part of the summary is but. So this is what the problem is, and then there's always some drama involved with the problem. But the lawyer's name was Miss Marengo told Stanley not to. The warden wanted Stanley to open the suitcase, but Miss Marengo told Stanley not to. Then we write what happened next. Then, after the lawyer right here said, don't open it. Oh, wrong page. It was on the previous page. Here we go. So the lawyer said not to open it. Then the warden, she was shouting and complaining, and she was hysterical, which means she's almost crying. Then the warden started yelling and crying. The last part is called so. So what happened after that? So Stanley's lawyer said that he's no longer under your jurisdiction, which means the warden is no longer in charge of him. So the lawyer told the warden that she was no longer in charge of Stanley. So that's one summary you could write. If you want to write the other one about Hector, we could also write that one. So that one would be Stanley wanted to take Hector with him, but, and here's the problem, but the lawyer wasn't allowed to. Then what happened next? Then Stanley refused to leave. And so how did it end? So the lawyer asked for Hector's file. Okay, so there's two short summaries. You can decide which one you want to do. As long as they have all the parts, it's okay. You can choose whichever one you like. Somebody wanted but then so. Okay, make sure you have all of your key events and one summary. You don't have to do both. When you're done, make sure to go turn this in on Echo. And then you do have a quiz right here. It is one question, I'm sorry. It's from those same pages. And which of these sentences is it the best summary for what happens on those pages? Okay. When you have submitted your document and your quiz, don't forget you need to read a book and take an accelerated reader quiz on it so you can reach your goal. Alrighty, let's get working.